Welcome to another episode of The Hard Count. I'm Mike Lee Mom, and I recently had the opportunity to interview Chaminade College Preparatory School's offensive lineman, Jimmy Lansing. Lansing is a member of the 2022 class and currently stands at 6 foot 7 inches and 280 pounds. Lansing is a 3-star recruit according to 247 Sports, and his film will show he has great footwork and strength as you can see him taking on 2 or 3 defensive linemen at a time. Lansing also blocked for a man named Brady Cook, quarterback for Mizzou, one of the Mizzou's quarterbacks. You might have heard of him. And we talk a little bit about that and more on this episode. All right, everyone, here is Jimmy Lansing. Enjoy. So you play offensive tackle, defensive end, and you're a power forward. Is that right?
That is correct.
So tell me a little about kind of what kind of goes together with those two sports. Is your training regimen kind of the same with both of them, or how do you kind of work those two sports out?
Well, they both kind of work for each other. Like when I'm training for football, that kind of makes me more tough in the basketball court, kind of brings that football grit to the basketball court. Then when I'm training for basketball, agility-wise, that translates on the football field.
Right. Awesome. So Chaminade, I think their athletic program definitely speaks for itself. I mean, the Jason Tatum most notably as well, and there are a lot of other athletes out there that have gone to Chaminade for many different sports. You talk about being a part of such a very, very respected athletic program. How does that kind of feel to have your education over there?
I mean, it feels great. You always think I'm trying to be the next guy. Living up to this legacy. There's never pressure about it, though. You always want to respect that name on your jersey, but no one's beating down on you about it. But you want to uphold that name.
Right. So being a offensive lineman and being on the line defensively as well, when you talk about being out there in the heat, and I don't know if you guys are gonna, I don't know what you guys' plans are for the season this year, but in terms of kind of your training and how things work, I think toughness is a really, really good quality of a lineman. I think you have a lot of that from what I've seen in some of the film out there. Tell me a little about kind of what you're kind of looking at next year in terms of your goals this upcoming season. What are your goals coming up for this year?
I mean, first and foremost, just staying safe so we can actually get out there and play. But if we do get out there and play, which I hope we do, that and all signs say yes. So get out there and win a state championship with my team to show that we're the best in class 5.
So tell me a little about kind of your academic work. How do you kind of balance schoolwork and academics? You have a 4.0 GPA, phenomenal education over there at Chaminade, and for you to be doing exceptionally well there speaks a lot about your intelligence. Tell me a little about how you kind of are balancing sports and academics.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, academics is first, but get the work done in the classroom first, then go to practice, and right from practice, it's shower and homework and eat, and it's a grind every day, but it's amazing. Just the repercussions of what it's going to lead to is just amazing.
So I understand you had Brady Cook on the roster at one point, quarterback for the University of Missouri. How was your experience playing with him?
I mean, just amazing. Even if we were having trouble with something in practice, he would just be always trying to help us fix it. And he was never he's such a great kid. He would never be down on us, but he would always try to motivate us. And he could just flat out make plays, though. That's the craziest thing. So it was an honor blocking for him.
Yeah. We mentioned that when we talked about before. You said it was a great experience blocking for him. But when you look at Chaminade and you look at how great their program is, tell me a little about your relationship with your head coach.
Oh, Coach Torrey's the best, really, honestly. He's always for the players. Even during this COVID experience, he really showed he's all about our health and safety. Just trying to get us back out there and talking to colleges for us and just trying to help us be better men.
And tell me about your home life. How has your kind of family influenced you, your mom and your dad?
I mean, I'm the only child, so it's just me, my mom, and my dad. But throughout my life, they just try to push me to be the best there is and just help me along the way.
And kind of just a question here about what your recruitment is kind of looking like. What colleges are you kind of looking at, and what camps have you done so far?
I haven't been able to do any this spring. I did have some lined up to go out of town and do those, but haven't been able to for COVID reasons. And I was actually planning on doing some visits this fall, but with schools closing down, I'm not sure how that's looking. But I've been talking to a few colleges as of right now. Main ones being Tulsa, Notre Dame, Kentucky, and Cal, just to name a few.
Oh, those are huge schools. So when you kind of look at what you're looking to do in the next 2, 3, 4 years, and I think no doubt from what I've seen, you definitely have college football, big time college football in your future. Is your goal to go into the NFL? Would you say, or are you kind of looking more academic wise in terms of the colleges that you're looking at?
First, the field of college. Honestly, I was like, obviously, I would go to great academic. Yeah, but main three is academic, kind of field, the university, the town, and just like the bond on the football team.
And so I always ask this question just for kind of fun, but assuming your dreams are realized and you get drafted in the NFL, what would be your preferred team that you would want to get drafted by?
Ooh, probably, probably the Colts because playing against Quentin Nelson will be amazing.
All right, Jimmy, I really appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
All right, everyone, thanks so much for listening. That was Jimmy Lansing out of Chaminade College Preparatory School in St. Louis, Missouri. If you'd like to contact Jimmy, his Twitter handle is at JimmyLansing76. Chaminade's athletic program has produced terrific athletes from Jason Tatum to Bradley Beal in the NBA to the Tkachuk brothers in the NHL, and of course Ben Bishop in the NHL as well. And certainly that football program over there has some great athletes, hoping to interview others out there in the future. If you'd like to contact me, my Twitter handle is at Imami Michael, and my brand new Instagram is at The Hard Count with Michael Imami. If you'd like to send a message there, you can, or follow that. My YouTube channel is The Hard Count with Michael Imami. I'm so proud of how much it's grown so far, and thanks so much for everyone's support so far. And lastly, my Facebook is at The Hard Count with Michael Imami if you or your parents want to take a look at that. Special thanks again to Jimmy for coming on, and thanks so much for listening, everybody. This has been The Hard Count. Do you have what it takes to go D1?